What's up, everybody? It's Conger Live. We're back again with another TMNT Mutant Madness video. In today's video, we're looking at the power boost in Dimension Clash. For next week, the heroes are Savanti Romero, Dregg, and Krang again. That's 3 times in 4 weeks at Krang. Krang is like the new ace duck when it comes to mutations. My goodness. Also, Earth Invasion event has begun, so you can start collecting bits and heroes to earn points to unlock Zorax. Let's go take a look at all these kits. Okay, so first up is Savanti Romero. Where is Savante? Oh, he's down here. That's right, I have him 5-star on my alt account, so that'll be exciting to use him. Maybe. Select Curse of Sand. Select an enemy. Deal damage over 5 seconds. Deal extra damage over 5 seconds per focus. Inflict silence for 5 seconds. Inflict negative 25 will for 20 seconds to targets above 10 will. So nice to slow down the enemy's ability to use specials with that silence and will reduction. Inferno Breath. Target all enemies in a line at range 4. Deal energy damage over 3 hits, inflict damage over 3 seconds, and deal extra damage over 3 seconds to targets without defense. And this happens every 6 seconds. Of course, your will increase how often he can do that. Time Lord Trader. Inflict negative 22 will to all enemies that are silenced, stunned, or taking damage over time. Oh, this is really nice. Gain plus 22 focus and barrier per enemy that is silenced or stunned, and per enemy that is taking damage over time. So this is actually really nice to give Savanti Romero the ability to get some extra damage output and also some protection against other blasters, while also slowing down the specials. So silence, stun, and damage over time are all going to be very useful this week if you're using Savante. His Dark Sorcery trait: when attacking, inflict negative 25 alertness for 3 seconds and deal extra damage to targets taking damage over time. So extra damage over time skills are going to be great to pair with Savante. That reduction in alertness is going to reduce how much defense they have, so he's more likely to get the trigger on hit the Inferno Breath with not having any defense for that extra damage over time, which is really nice. And then Time Theft. Targets an enemy, inflicts stun for 3 seconds, gain 100 haste and 33 will for 3 seconds. This happens every 9 seconds. Now, level 250, this stun for 2 extra seconds to targets under 10 alertness. He is stripping that alertness, so this 250 skill could be very useful. He also has an equipment skill like everyone. This is his Time Scepter, and this is the only skill that has a duplicate. Him and Savante and Renette have the same skill. Gain 60 armor and barrier while under 50% health. After attacking, all allies gain plus 3 haste for 10 seconds. Now this happening every 9 seconds, that's once again, this is a shadow of what from the previous skill. So some decent stuff coming from Savante. Without Mutation, he's underwhelming, but on Mutation, he seems to do really well. So I think he's somebody worth using this week. Next up was Dregg. I love my Dregg. Dregg is excellent in Channel 6. He's also helped me out in Adventure. Dregg could be very powerful this week on Mutation. Select an enemy at range 3. Deal energy damage and inflict negative 60 focus and negative 40 strength and will. Negative 40 strength and negative 40 will for 8 seconds. Deal extra damage and inflict negative 40 extra focus, strength, and will to stunned or rooted targets. Gain extra defense and gain 40 focus and 20 will for 8 seconds. So we really want stuns because that's going to help Dregg and Savante both. So you're thinking about who's going to work really well with these two, not including Krang yet, but you know, Metalhead, Attila, April, of course all our big stunners, Rock and Raph. All right, yeah, really cool for his ult. Enhancement Ray. Target the lowest health ally. Give 25 armor, barrier, strength, and focus for 6 seconds. Give extra 25 armor, barrier, and strength and focus to targets under 50% health. So this is really nice that his support skill here, Enhancement Ray, it happens every 7 seconds. Whoever is the lowest, he's going to help them stay alive, which is really nice. Give them a little extra damage. etc. Master Manipulator, whenever an enemy uses a skill, inflict them with negative 3 alertness for 10 seconds if not stunned or silenced. Also inflict negative 2 strength and focus for 20 seconds if they are at or under negative 10 alertness. So he's able to strip that alertness down, and that's going to combo pretty well with Savante also taking away alertness, hopefully triggering that negative strength and focus much faster, putting the two of them together, adding those stacks. Of course, it's when an enemy uses a skill, so it's going to be not as often as, say, like a basic attack, but will still kind of help the whole team stay alive. His Galactic Conqueror gives 1 strength and focus per will to all other allies within range 3, if not stunned or silenced. After another ally is knocked out, he gains a bunch of defense and 15 will for 10 seconds. This is kind of where he goes into Super Saiyan mode, like revenge mode, when people start dropping. Which is really, really nice. But the giving out the focus and the will is really, really nice. Of course, it says if not stunned or silenced. A lot of people are going to have both stun and silence is coming from Savante. So not sure how often that's going to trigger this week, but the KO will always be very, very helpful. His Pulse Wave targets all enemies in a line at range 5, deals energy damage, and inflicts negative 20 strength and focus for 5 seconds. Target all allies in that line, give defense and 20 strength and focus for 5 seconds. So it's really nice, this Pulse Wave. It takes damage, basically what he takes away from the enemies in that line, it gives to his allies in that line. That happens every 9 seconds. So pretty nice skill there. And his equipment skill is his Crown. He gains 45 barrier, and at the start of combat, he gains 15 will for 6 seconds. So that will at the beginning will help him get his skills off faster, hopefully give you a little bit of momentum. A big fan of Dregg, so excited to see him being used this week. And finally, again, it's Krang. Krang has his Visor Beam where he does decent, like really nice amount of damage in a line. Also inflicts negative 60 armor, negative 50 focus, negative 25 strength for 3 seconds. So you're able to get some more damage output and then less damage coming from your enemies that get hit with that Visor Beam. His Axe Arm targets an enemy at range 1, deals physical damage, and deals extra damage per enemy armor, inflicts negative 25 barrier for 10 seconds if not disarmed. So the everyone mutated this week, basically the super villains of the Turtle universe, are blasters, and this negative barrier is going to really help your team do a bunch of damage. His android body, he gains 80 armor and 20 armor and barrier per 20% health, up to 80% health, and he gains 0.5 strength per armor. So he's gaining 80 armor all the time, plus another potential 80 armor. So that's 160 armor, so he's gaining 80 strength right off the bat. Really, really nice for some extra damage output from Krang. His Genius Warlord gains 12 focus and 6 will per non-summoned ally. This is nice, just flat, so just earlier in the match, as long as your guys are alive, which Dregg will hopefully help keep them alive, he's going to have extra damage output and using his skills a lot faster. His Rocket Fist targets a tile at range 3, and all enemies within range 1 of it deals energy damage, deals extra damage per strength. So one thing about Krang's kit, it doesn't really synergize other than the reducing the blast, the barrier, and giving some damage output with the other 2 kits, where the other 2 kits want that damage over time, the stun, the silence. His android body gives him 45 extra armor and 30% resistance to disarm. Armor is of course going to translate into strength because of his other passive. So solid all around. Don't see disarm in any of the other kits. Maybe if you're using Shredder, because he has damage over time as well, that disarm, it would help reduce against that if Shredder's on the enemy. But of the 3, I think when it comes to building a team for synergy, using Dregg and Savante together with like Metalhead, Attila, and Rock and Raph, I really see that would be like the 5-man of like a really, really sweet dream team. Of course, if you don't have access to all those characters, things like April, pretty stable, really awesome to be able to use. Rasputin has a stun, AoE stun. Even was it Lotus has a stun. So any sort of stuns, damage over time is really, really going to be helpful. But that silence combo with Rock and Raph is going to be pretty nasty, I think, this week. That's it for today's video for what's coming up this week. Let me know your thoughts, what heroes are you going to use in Dimension Clash. leave a comment down below. Don't forget to ninja kick that like button, and of course subscribe for more content, and we'll see you in the next video.